Did you celebrate your birthday on the cruise? Like, was there a thing for it? Or
I'm not a big birthday guy. I've said
cake?
that my whole life, but 40 is kind of a different one. You know, it's not like 38 or 42. It's like 40. You know, it's the big 40. So they tried to make Brad Williams brought me out like a cake, a bunch of green tea cakes and stuff like that.
That's nice.
And the fans,
40 of them.
10 of the hundreds of fans sang "Happy Birthday" to me.
That's cool. Did you do stand up that night?
They're going, why are we singing to this guy?
If I hear a happy birthday being sung anywhere, I'm joining.
You're in.
I don't care who it is.
You'd make a great Red Robin employee.
I like when you're at like those hibachi restaurants and it's the birthday and they come out and they do like the spatulas and then they do it in Japanese, or like they'll do it Japanese English fusion of happy birthday and they'll have like the gong, and or even better, they'll let you hit the gong.
Oh, nice. So here's the thing: when someone's being sung "Happy Birthday" to, like at a restaurant or something, I ignore it. I'm not mad about it, and I don't join in, but I just like act like it's not. It makes me, whatever happens. Even when they're singing "Happy Birthday" to me on the cruise ship, I was a little uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do. I'm just holding my dumb cake on. It just made me uneasy.
There's nothing worse than the guy getting sung "Happy Birthday" to, and then he starts doing this. I hate it.
Oh, you don't like that guy?
Don't conduct the "Happy Birthday"?
What bothers you about that?
I don't. It's just, and take the "Happy Birthday" in. Don't be a part of the song. Just like you don't need to interject. Like it's already about you. It's already about you.
It's really funny.
I hate when people add on to "Happy Birthday" and they're like, "And many more." It's like, shut up. It's not about you right now.
You know what I like? What's happening right now? I don't like when people hate anything. So like, no, here's the thing. Like, you can go back and look at all the episodes. I find a way to defend anytime someone hates something. You know, he's making good arguments why we shouldn't like Chris Berman, and I'm getting passionate about. But here's the thing: I do like when someone hates something so small and trivial. That makes me very happy. Then I go, yeah, fuck that guy that's doing that. Fuck the guy that says many more. I don't like it. I like when you hate something specific like that. That is such a fun hate.
And it's something that you only crosses your path every once in a while, but it. Yeah.
Or the charcuterie board, you go, it's got kiwi. Like, if it's a specific thing to hate, I'm fine with it. If it's this generalization, I go, no, I can find all these examples of why, whatever. That's very funny. If you're watching this episode and you can tell already that I look like I've had a stroke, I haven't. I had a root canal and my face is still numb. So don't send prayer requests. Don't tweet worried. I'm okay. I just talk weird today for this episode.
The Justin Bieber episode.
Yeah. Oh, no.
How's he doing?
I don't know. I did see his girlfriend or wife at the Laker game.
I'm sure he was there too then, probably.
No, he wasn't. No, she came with the girlfriend.
Oh, poor
They
guy.
sat courtside, and
Maybe he's not well.
I got to tell you, she might be one of the most beautiful women I've seen in real life.
I believe.
Who's his?
Haley
Gretzky?
Bieber? No, Haley Bieber.
Baldwin.
Bieber now, Baldwin before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what was her?
Baldwin.
Well, is she related to the Baldwins?
I don't believe so.
Just
no.
coincidence?
At least not the infamous guy.
Well, there's a lot of Baldwins.
Stephen Baldwin. Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
There's like a whole family of Billy Baldwin. There's a bunch. There's a bunch. And they were all actors.
Billy Baldwin sounds like a WWE, like the guy that walks you to the ring. Like
Billy Baldwin.
Stephen Baldwin's the one I like. He's the one that was in Usual Suspects.
Who was in Biodome?
I think
That might have been
Steven
Stephen Baldwin. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I actually only know him from The Usual Suspects, so I say, I love Stephen Baldwin. It's from one.
If you guys haven't seen Biodome, we should just have like a 12 packs movie night.
I'm down.
that's
Yeah.
Pauly Shore movie.
It's a really good movie.
We've been
It's so
pitching
silly.
doing movie companions forever.
Oh yeah.
I
down.
like
Yeah.
that idea.
How do you do it? What would we do? What would be the responsibility?
We just tell them when
Just
to
show
start
up here,
the movie.
watch it
Yeah, we
together.
just tell them when to start the movie and put a little ticker, kind of, for a bit
That'd
of
be
like
fun,
a running time thing.
Would have to be here.
No, it could be anywhere. We just have to take the cameras.
Yeah, watch it at my house.
Yeah, movie
Set it
night
up.
at Jet.
Slippers.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Popcorn.
I think that's a fun idea. And then afterwards, I'll make you freaks go to the chimney sweep.
It was Stephen Baldwin, correct?
It was Steve Baldwin. But let's make sure I'm correct. Is there a Billy Baldwin? I'm pretty sure there is.
Yes.
He wasn't as successful, obviously, as Stephen Baldwin and the murderer Alec Baldwin. But what?
You
What,
don't
am I
sugarcoat
splitting
it,
hairs
huh?
here? I'm just kidding. Manslaughter.
Manslaughter.
Can we kind of call it manslaughter?
Freaking.
And settle it, moron.
Billy Baldwin.
Oh, we can talk about that a little bit. So Alec Baldwin.
No, it's not.
He was charged. Why not?
She's my close friend, and I don't like talking
You
about it.
like it? He's your close friend.
No, she was.
Who
She directed
was?
my film.
Oh, really? You knew her?
Oh yeah, super
Oh
close.
my gosh. Well, so I'm not gonna say anything offensive. Here's the thing. He should have. Do you think he should have been charged with murder?
Murder versus manslaughter. I have to look at like the differences between the two because I think murder has like some type of intent where
Sure.
manslaughter covers like you're a fucking idiot and you're reckless and all of these type of things.
Right.
But like a DUI isn't murder. A DUI
Just
is
you're an idiot that did a thing.
yeah for all of these different things and irresponsible and so many problems with it. But
Yeah.
it's not like
Well, also, I'm sorry, I
intended
didn't know
to
you
hurt
knew this lady.
person.
I didn't know anyone knew this lady.
Oh yeah, so her name's Helena Hutchins for anyone watching who
Yeah.
doesn't know, and she is a great cinematographer on her
Oh,
way
that's
to
terrible.
be super huge. Like she was.
Do you have
going
any
places.
details that I don't know? Like necessarily, like, well, how does that even happen? That he's screwing around with a gun?
I mean, it shouldn't. Most things don't even use live guns and stuff like that. The fact that they were using live guns means they couldn't find or make any replicas, which means they were just too cheap to do it. So they decided, hey, we'll just use these and be safe. And I mean, they hired the daughter of some guy. So obviously the guy was too busy on higher paid things to do it himself and couldn't find a pro and had his daughter do it. It was her second job in the industry ever. So none of that was on the up and up for what it was. And they had misfires and things on set of guns going off. I'm not sure if they were just all hair triggers and if
'Cause
they
you
were
think-
always blanks. But the fact, dude, having a real bullet on a set is just
insane.
unheard of.
It's unheard of. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been on. I've died. The last movie I did, I had fake guns, and the gun was just literally a chunk of rubber
Yep.
that was basically carved into the shape of a gun. There's nothing way anything could even pass through it. It's just like a big thing. So it's like, and even in that scenario, that I had a big stupid rubber gun, I'm never pointing it at anyone on the show. So like the fact that it's a live gun and somehow got pointed at someone, because you think the story would be gun goes off during movie, shoots through wall or something, you know, like that. You think that would be the story.
But they had been doing that, like shooting blanks and shit into floorboards and different stuff. Like people had quit in the movie like beforehand. I know
Because
her
of
well
the
enough.
recklessness of it.
Yeah, so I know her well enough, and that it was shitty pay. They
Jesus.
weren't having people stay close enough to where they were working 12+ hour days, then driving hour plus each direction to get home. So
Oh my
just
God.
like that type of shit. So
What, they
most
spend
of
the
the
whole
people
budget on Alec Baldwin?
potentially, and
Yeah.
if he's the producer deciding all these things, I hold him more at fault for that, because if he'd have just been a day player actor who showed up, was around a bunch of incompetent people, didn't know what his agent got him into for this $20,000 check for the day,
Yeah.
and then that happened, I'd be like, oh, that was just thrown into chaos. But you're the guy. You want your big boy name on the top of the
Yeah.
fucking poster? You want to be the guy with all the money to get all the back end and do all this?
Yeah.
There's got to be
Because
something.
I was like acting like a jackass with mine, but you know, but like it was a glob of rubber, and then also I'm still not pointing at people's faces or anything. I'm just like acting like
Yeah, and you should have had an
It'd
AD
be funny
there
to
who
be-
would
yeah,
probably
yeah.
yell at you.
they did
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah, like there's multiple people's job there to make sure that
Which is so
none of
stupid.
that is happening.
and I would lecture them back. I'd be like, there's nothing. Oh, look, there's nothing like. And like
But it's just to set the precedent over and over and
pretend
over.
as if it is like we're a bunch of 8-year-olds.
Yeah, but it's just to put the repetition in, like, because if you get used to playing with one, when we give you the other, shit happens. Like, and it's to train you for knives. So the way knives work is we're going to use a rubber one for almost everything. And then when we get to that close-up where we have this knife right here against this person's face and we're right here with the camera and you're going to know it's rubber, well, we're going to get out a real knife and be real careful. Well,
Yeah,
you're going to make
I
sure to
would-
treat every knife like a real knife.
you're lucky I'm not the president of Hollywood. I'd make that real knife against the rules too.
I mean, it's dull. Like, it's not like they
Don't
have
care.
some sharpened whatever thing, but they get
Spray paint
pretty
some
real
wood or
looking
something.
things.
We got really good technology nowadays to make fake shit.
Oh, I'm
3D
all for
printers.
that. Like,
Yep.
I have literally sat there with my own time on these low budget indie films, putting the black dot frame by frame in the hole of the gun, of the barrel,
So
frame
you
by
can- so it
frame,
looks like,
because
yeah.
because you could see the reflection of the light in the shot bouncing off the fully chromed over silver gun tip.
Yeah.
That maybe it was a real gun, maybe it wasn't, but it had so much metal jammed and welded in there, it wasn't a gun anymore.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
And the fact that me, I'm not a VFX wizard or anything, can go frame by frame and do that, says anyone with 10 cents in their budget can figure out how to not have guns on their set.
Smart. Yeah, when I first heard that thing, I was like, man, I'd be pissed off. You hand me a real gun, and then I'm fucking around acting like an idiot, and then now I'm in jail.
Yeah.
But it's obviously way more complex than that. Like everything else in the world, it's way more complex than what you hear.
You know, it's not complex. Getting in some cards.
The movie Biodome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a UFC and a beer. That's way too
right.
long-winded. I need to drink one.
Well, I wanted to hear the scuttlebutt. I wanted to know what's going on with your friend. I'll do some Mosaic football. Thank you.
I forgot those are some thick boys.
So before we get into this Super Bowl talk, because I'm sure that's going to take a while, tell us about the LeBron game.
The LeBron game was awesome. It was right now we're recording on the day after it, if you're wondering. Last night I said, Genie Bus. I go to all the Laker home games. Here's the thing. I don't know why this keeps happening in my career. This is going to sound like I'm being a baby, but I just want to be very clear. Every time something happens to me, people go, well, how come he got to do that? How does Jeff Dye get to be blah, blah, blah? Listen, I've been doing stand-up comedy for 17 plus years, 18 years. I've had a podcast with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Russell Wilson. I've dated Pussycat Dolls and Playmates. I've smoked weed on TV with Snoop Dogg. I've golfed with Bill Murray. I've traveled the world with William Shatner, Terry Bradshaw, Henry Winkler, George Foreman. And yet still, every time I do something, how's Jeff Dye there? Who's this guy? He must have a good agent. Dude, I was on Ninja Warrior and Masked Singer and why is he on the... It's like, how many things do I have to do? I've been on 40 television shows. Like... No matter what I do, everyone just punks me like I'm some bitch who doesn't deserve to be at the thing. I've made friends. I've had a career, so I'm going to be at stuff.
Get used to it.
Yeah. It's like crazy to me. Like, there was like 100 tweets. How does a guy like that get there? Oh, he must be fucking Genie Bus. No, I've got friends. And I've been in Hollywood for almost 20 years. So it's kind of infuriating. They're not infuriating, but it's kind of like a little... condescending at this point. Like at first I go, oh, I get that. They're trying to figure out why I'm whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool seats and a cool event. So you're just like, why is like...
It doesn't take that much homework to find out.
No, yeah.
That like I'm at all these games and I've known Genie for over 12 years.
Well, I cannot confirm or deny your relations with Dwayne Wade, though.
Yeah. Well,
that's not spoken.
When we were talking on TNT, I'll tell you what happened. We were chopping it up. You know, just talking about old times, Black Lives Matter, NBA Jam. That's what we were chatting up about. But I did have him on my podcast with Russell Wilson, but he didn't remember that, obviously. But
I think maybe people just see it as like Forrest Gump thing. Like, how are you always just there? Not in a bad way. I don't mean it as like you're Forrest
I would love
Gump
it if
dumb.
they saw it that way. But I don't think they do. It's individual people every time saying, who the hell's this guy? Why is he... Like I don't belong. You know, like it's like they're suggesting, like, well, he must have done something to get that, or how did you get that, or how'd you? It's always like I'm some.
It's not that you're in
hanger-on.
the right place at the right. It's just like that something else got you there other than yourself.
It's like they're literally asking, like, how, like that's. I've been hearing that for 10 years. How'd you get that? How'd you get that? How'd you get that? It's
Because
like,
you're too pretty.
That's confusing.
I got a card for Joe, or for George over here, Joe Martinez. I didn't fuck up his name. I got Joe's name in there. My bad. But that's an announcer for the UFC.
Oh, nice.
And George over here loves his announcers. So I know that's going in the Georgia PC.
I got a Mac Jones Prism.
Oh.
Is he still a high-fluting guy?
If it's his rookie, maybe.
Or didn't he get hurt or something?
Mac Jones.
He's always kind of getting hurt.
Isn't he kind of getting punked on a bit right now? Right?
A little bit. I don't think the rookie class in football has been that great. I still have hope in Justin Fields being the man.
This is year 2 for him, I think, right?
Yeah, but the last couple years,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Maybe they'll turn it on.
This
Big
is a
Trevor
cool-
Lawrence is looking better than all of them.
Cool Ray Lewis.
Ooh.
I like him.
I got
I like him.
Askar Askarov, which I like because his first name is just his last name, but without the of.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
Askarov. That is cool. There was a guy last night with the last name Joe that was playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I thought it'd be cool if his name was Joe.
Oh, Isaiah
Just
Joe?
Joe and then
JoJo.
That'd be cool.
It's kind of like their version of like Jeffy Jeff or something.
Yeah.
Askarov.
Askarov.
I got Figueiredo,
Who's that?
Former champion.
former
That's an interesting card.
flyweight champion.
There's so much design behind it. Not a lot of.
Kind of
things.
is like he's surfing almost.
It looks like one of my pictures I put on Instagram. Like there'd be a joke right here. like I'm always trying to find a picture of me
good
with
white
some
space. Start framing them that way for you.
Would you argue that the UFC is one of the most diverse sports? Like so many different countries represented in.
Yeah, not many sports go from Africa to Iran to Mexico to the United States. Like, that's covering a lot of ground.
There's a lot of Asians.
Yeah.
A lot of Asians.
What about? I mean, you got I guess obviously Ireland. You got,
Koreans, Japanese.
Because there's all different weight classes. Like, it
Taiwanese.
spans so
There's only, like,
everyone
one or
can
two
be
types.
so...
Thai, Vietnamese.
No, we get it.
I can keep going.
We'd prefer you didn't.
Mongolians,
Croatians.
Interesting. Yeah, because
Pad Thai.
He's just naming styles of beef on the menu.
he said Thai.
Short
and he said
rib.
pad Thai.
General So.
You're gonna get in some trouble, dude. General Tso is American. That's pretty funny. Yeah, because I know baseball is like
Mr. Meow.
super diverse, and then soccer is only diverse because so many different countries play it
Everyone play-
against
yeah.
each other or against themselves.
Yeah. I mean, even,
Baseball, they all come to play each other.
yeah, it's probably football is the least diverse. Or basketball.
One of the interesting things I've noticed
interesting.
about the UFC is seeing some guys from different countries where their countries have beef that as a American I don't know anything about because I only know the 30 miles around Los Angeles. And these guys will get in a press conference and start like throwing some heat at each other about like their countries and regions and shit that we don't know anything about. And we're just like, oh, these guys, his uncle was shooting rockets at his
And it's
uncle.
all-
like, yeah.
I like it when it's like beef between countries, but it's like 1,500 years old.
Oh yeah,
Too.
It's like he stormed our walls in like
yeah.
800 AD.
And I still
something.
remember
Yeah.
that second crusade.
Don't act like
Yeah.
you don't remember what you did in the Korean War. You're like, I didn't do that.
We sang for 7 days and your walls fell down.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, like
Split the Red Sea. Like, wait a second, that's Moses.
yeah. That's funny. It is weird, but like, yeah, there's all the like different diverse sports. But basketball's the least.
Yeah. Basketball, then probably.
6'6" only exists so
It's-
many places.
Basketball's all American, and then like Euros, like a few, like
The
small
Eastern
percentage.
European.
I think it's
Euros
diverse,
are
but they don't
like-
necessarily compete against different people. Like, there's basketball's popular in Asia, but it's them playing against themselves. And then it's in Europe, it's a lot of European guys playing against European guys. But you don't see us like, hey, let's go play internationally because we do it every 4 years.
Sure.
And we kill them unless
And if
they
you're
cheat.
good enough, they're already playing in America.
Yeah.
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 Which is the same with baseball. Like,
Well, it's kind of like soccer. The 5 of us that are good enough go and make $1 billion in Europe, and
yeah.
Shout out Dwight Howard. and
Speaking of
Power.
which, that again, going back to that Laker game after I ranted about whatever, that was the most famous people I've ever seen at the Staples Center. I sat behind Dwayne Wade, Denzel Washington, Jay-Z, Denzel's wife was famous. I'm trying to think. Oh, Shannon Sharp. They were all like
Yeah, I saw
right
Shannon
there.
Sharp on your story.
It was pretty like they were like just watching them interact with each other was insane. Magic Johnson came up and dabbed us up like you knew LeBron was going to break it last night.
Yeah.
He needed
why he's
36 or something. How much did he need? 34, 36?
Yeah, 36.
And it was like, of course he was going to do it. Like, it was calculated. He was like, okay, if we get 8 the first quarter, I'm going to get this much second quarter. Third quarter, I just need this much. If I have 22
Scripted.
by the half. It's almost like in his brain, he'd already known like what he was going to do. Because those people aren't all coming back on Thursday.
you better get those buckets.
Yeah, like you're not getting Kareem to get his ass down to the Staples Center
Yeah.
again on a Thursday night. They're like, let's
way.
do this tonight.
Just think, though, your buddy who got your ticket and came with you, he would have came all the way up for the game that wasn't the game, and then the buddy who didn't get to go would be like, well, I guess I'll take you this
I
time.
know.
Or would you have to take the guy you took last time because he endured the first game with you?
No. I didn't even pick the guy that I brought last night, if I'm honest. So I was going to invite his roommate, who's never been to a game with me because they were playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he's a big Oklahoma City fan. And so he was like, hey, man, I'd love to go to the game. I go, yeah, I'll set it up. Whatever, man. I'll see you on Tuesday because I'm on the cruise ship. And then I get there, it's the morning of, and I go, oh, this is actually a big, like, LeBron game. This is going to be more of a big game than just, like, an OKC versus Lakers regular season. And he's like, well, shit, I don't want... Josh is going to get so mad because his roommate's like my best friend. So then he was like, all right, well, I'm going to offer it to Josh. I was like, well, it's not yours to offer, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have... So Josh, I ended up bringing Josh because, you know, I had to. But I'm happy I did. Josh was excited and grateful, and he's a huge Lakers fan, so it was fun.
He lives in San Diego, right?
He drove all the way up, canceled everything to do it.
That's so awesome.
Fair. I mean, you should cancel stuff to go to that.
I also heard that the ticket that I had was like a $50,000 ticket.
Oh yeah.
I saw that around Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean,
I don't think Jeannie would have been happy if you sold it.
I couldn't have.
She'd have been sitting next to like some complete stranger, and Jeff would be like, I don't know how
She
he
would have never
like,
talked to me again. Also, that
Sitting
didn't
next to
cross
me and
my. That
George.
would have never even.
Yeah, of
Those
course.
tickets could have been $100,000 each. I wouldn't have done it because it's not worth the.
Yeah, it burns the bridge to never get $100,000 tickets again.
Well, just like my
Yeah.
friend would be mad.
Yeah.
At me, you know?
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
You make up to $100,000 in the sushi that they have at the thing,
Eat it up. I love eating there.
and the beef
If
Wellington.
I know I'm going to a Laker game, I don't.
LA does have free ballpark food that is pretty. I mean, when you get to like somehow get into those type of seats, I've never paid for them, but I've got to sit in some producer seats once or twice, and then go back to the special food that you. Oh, those kitchens, they're made to go.
Oh yeah, in the patio, like the way it works is they have all this food that's really, really good. And then also, if you want just stadium food, they have that back there too. So there's like a whole bin of like Wetzel's pretzels that are like in a little heated thing, and then like the burger from whatever vendor. So it's all back there. If you want to eat like stadium food, they got you for that too.
You got to
Biggest
tell this guy
cookies.
about a side of hot dog.
Side of hot dog.
Yeah, at the ballpark, it's like, well, I mean, I'm at the game. I'm gonna have this and prime rib and that, and then I can't not have a dog.
Well, it is kind of
A couple in
overwhelming
your pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
because I have like a whole plate of like I've got sushi and then I have like some mashed potatoes, like a nice chicken breast, and I'm
It's
eating
like
it.
things that you never
Yeah.
eat at the same
I
time.
eat them all at the same time because I don't know how to choose.
Sushi and mashed
And then I'm
potatoes.
going, they got a cinnamon pretzel over there. You know, like I'm just sitting, my stomach's full. But
Seventh inning ice cream gang.
Because you brought kids to a game before, right? Have you ever hung out with like a kid at like a sporting event or like?
No, sir.
Oh, well, if you bring a kid to a sporting event, they're always asking for everything. No, everything that catches their eye, they want. So the kid's going, "Can I have that?" And you're like, "All right, yeah."
Oh,
And
I've seen it. I see those situations. I'm like, oh, that must be
It's
awful.
expensive, and it's like, I just got you 2 things. It's
Yeah.
been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't have a third thing. And so that is kind of what my mind is doing when I'm back there because it's all free.
Okay, biggest sucker item at baseball games. I'd say the huge upsell that I think gets people are those little plastic helmets. At least this is when I was a
Yeah.
kid. The plastic helmet with ice cream in it. You'd pay so much extra to get that one, as if I really wanted to get the like that little cup helmet is going in the trash
Oh, for
within
sure.
3 days of you upselling that extra $5 to get your sundae in that.
No,
Mine
any of the.
is
Go ahead.
similar, but I'd say it's the cups.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
the,
like-
the souvenir cup, souvenir
So
helmet, one
dumb.
of those, because you never end up. A lot of times you'll end up forgetting it, and it's just like not even worth it. But I will say, when you do
One
remember,
dishwasher run, it's all empty. It's like a white plastic cup.
it is nice to have those.
Midwest families have
big
those
cups.
white plastic cups that they've been using for like 15 years
And they taste
from the one
delicious.
game they went to.
Yeah, and you're garbage if you're using that cup.
Hey,
Brought it all the way
I refer
home,
to it as
washed it.
Midwest, please.
Do you have to pay for those clackers? Those like big tube clackers?
Thunder
The
sticks.
Thunder sticks? No, they don't. They don't charge for those.
Okay,
But you
I
have
was
to be
gonna say
sitting in a
those.
certain section to get it. They don't just give them to anybody. They'll put them at the end of the.
But I think you can buy them. Like, if you see them over there and you're like, man, I'm sitting up in the poor section, like, they still sell them if you want them. They'll make that
Really?
cash.
I've
Yeah,
never
if
seen
you
one
wanted
for
to get-
sale.
If you
I
have
feel
ever
like I
bought a
definitely
clacker,
have.
then Don't watch this ever again.
Clacker.
Noisemakers are not cool.
Do you and your buddies call it clacker, or is that just you guessing what they might be called?
Just a guess.
It's funny. It's a funny guess. Definitely called thundersticks. But you're like, no, those are clackers.
I don't know.
Free throw distractors. A couple of Mariners in this pack. Michael Morales and Cal Raleigh.
Like them.
Oh, I love Cal Raleigh. And then I also got a nice little auto here. Oops, just put that in water, I think.
Bump, bump, bump. The auto?
Not the auto.
George, can I get a classics football?
I got
Actually, no, Mosaic football.
Individually
Mosaic football.
numbered out of 199.
Ooh.
Auto. Brandon Venezuela, the catcher for the Pods.
Oh,
Ooh.
All right.
sexy.
Oh, nice. And it's a Bowman.
Did he catch the ball that you threw?
No. Although the Padres do have a lot of catchers. They just got rid of one of their catchers because they had like three catchers that they rotated.
Don't
There
they
wasn't
all
like two
catch?
backups and a starter. They had so many pitchers that they had three catchers.
I'm so much more excited about baseball season now that I have a freelance job to where we can possibly do some things that they line up for content.
Absolutely.
I got some cool cards in my NFL mosaic. I
Oh,
got
yeah?
This cool Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady.
Whoa.
Look at this. This is freaking dope.
And see?
And
Why
he
does
has
it say
both his
Super Bowl
legs.
MVP?
I guess because when he was Super Bowl MVP. What the?
But he didn't go to the... Did he win a Super Bowl as a Buck?
Yeah, that
Yes.
his
I'm
first,
an
that
idiot.
first year. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that is pretty cool. Sorry.
But I mean, this is.
I got confused.
I mean, this is a new 2022.
But I opened
I thought-
one and it had like a Warren Moon in it and an Earl
So it's
Campbell.
the, yeah,
That's
the
just
flashback
like
ones. But that's cool. I got our boy Ahmed Sauce Gardner rookie card.
Nice.
and that's a good looking card.
Yeah.
It's Christmas style.
Ooh.
That is good color.
I was gonna
Sauce.
say watermelon.
Oh.
I guess the fruit is that color,
Right?
correct?
It's all right. I'm not gonna say anything more. But pretty cool card. Pretty cool card.
Pretty cool card.
I got cool Cam Taylor Britt. I like this one because it's the NFL Combine.
Ooh, yeah, it's him running through obstacles.
For a second, I was like, did I get
trying to get a team.
Did I get a basketball player?
Yeah, when they don't have like a jersey on because it's so new. Well, I got a baddie over here.
Oh,
A Tyler baddie.
damn it! Oh, it's auto.
Yes, it is.
That's sick.
Tyler Baddie, rookie auto. He is for the Ravens.
You love to see that. So since I spent a whole week on the boat with wrestlers, I feel like I might know a little bit more of these wrestlers that are in here because I spent so much time with a lot of like, not younger, but like lower card wrestlers. I don't know what they call it.
Developing talent.
Developing talent. That's a great word.
Good call.
Did you go into the captain's cabin and did they let you steer the ship?
No, they don't let you do that.
Do those things have your
Been on a lot of cruise ships, George.
No, I haven't actually. So, I've been wanting to talk to you about this to break down some, cruise ship myths.
Okay.
Do they have your, standard brick and mortar steering wheel?
No idea.
No.
Why the fuck would he know? He was doing jokes.
I mean,
He was
how
doing
big is the
his
ship?
job.
How big is the ship?
It's
we're
a
talking?
big ship. You kind of just sit in your room and then wander around until it's time for your responsibilities.
Is there a crow's nest
What does that mean?
on pirate ship on the
Oh,
mast?
On the harbor.
No, our
bow.
boat didn't have anything like that.
No.
Although there is like a ladder that you could get up, like someone looked like they could climb, kind
Counting
of thing.
Counting it.
But we weren't allowed up there. We got yelled at when we. This is an interesting card.
Did you
These are
call
both interesting
for
cards. Check this out.
parlay?
Charlotte Flair NXT cards.
Ooh.
She looks unrecognizable.
She looks like Ric Flair.
She has a whole different face now.
Oh yeah.
Those were her first fake boobs.
Yeah.
She's had a few since. She popped one in the ring once.
Ouch.
I thought
didn't
they
even
were
know that was a
indestructible.
Nope.
No.
Saline.
It's not how that
pops.
works.
I'm learning a lot today on today's
I know.
episode.
But this is crazy. She looks nothing like that anymore.
Shout out her though.
Wild. Yeah, she's so
Great
good.
wrestler.
She's so talented. Yeah, got to hang out with a lot of wrestlers. Made a lot of friends.
Freaking.
Those are the kind of friends you want in your corner.
Yeah, they're cool. They're so nice. Next time AEW's here, we're gonna be set up like a dream, brother.
I want to go so bad.
We're going.
Did
Me and you.
Freaking the Royal
I'm
Rumble.
just planting seeds for you, buddy. Me and you. We're going. We won't. I mean, here's the thing. This is gonna sound so like arrogant. I was about to say we don't need Freddie Prinze. Here's the thing. That'd be great too. Freddie's my friend.
I like Freddie.
I'm just saying, like, we might be able to get our own connections.
Freaking
I think Freddie would like you, George.
Freddie. The first time, the only time I lost my virginity. This can't be the
With
first
Freddie?
time. Yeah, with Freddie. No,
The only
I was
time.
hanging out with a girl. Oh, yeah, and
Took off the wig and it was him.
yeah, I was like No, I made her watch Scooby Doo, the live action movie,
Why would you do that to her?
because it got me laid.
That's not what got you laid.
Yeah, she was like, she told me, she was like, that was like a unique pick for a movie, and I liked it. I was
Really?
like, yeah.
George, I don't think that's why girls sleep with people.
Well,
She just liked you, buddy.
I went to film school. I've made girls watch a lot of weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the move.
Sometimes. Oh, yeah.
well, Scooby Doo, 1-0.
Yeah. I want to share this story with Freddie Prinze Jr. dude.
Mike's done years of film and film school,
Scooby fucking Doo!
and then Scooby Doo is the
Yeah. He's going, Skinny George is a genius.
Mike's
This
like,
whole
but-
time I've been trying to impress them with the cinematography.
Mike's like, when he died, he said Rosebud, and I'm like, yeah, but zoinks.
Yeah. Also, this girl's hooking up with you halfway through the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's not watching the whole Scooby Doo. It wasn't like
I had an eye.
So the movies are too good. Like, these girls are just so dialed in. Like,
Kevin Owens,
What
one of
a
my favorite
guy.
wrestlers. This is the guy who said,
What a guy.
I showed you the promo of his before he was successful.
Oh yeah.
Not these two good Christian
Well,
boys.
he was, yeah.
Wait, so he is Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Idiot.
now putting that together. Those are some great movies, though. Those live action Scooby Doo's,
Never seen it.
really good.
They're
All right, 12 packs
Movie night.
companion.
George's
We can't
edition.
do that.
nope.
Yeah,
Jeff's like, not at my
That
house.
one's vetoed. Yeah. Well, because I like making
We'll do
fun
one
of
and
movies,
two.
I'm not gonna make fun of Freddy's movie.
You guys can all
He's-
come to my
he's great.
duplex. You can all
Wait,
sit
you've
on
seen
my
it before?
bed.
yeah. I saw it.
You
in
two have
theaters.
both seen it and are like
You
big
saw it in
fans of it.
theaters.
Of course.
Cool.
I don't trust that.
You're like 10 years older than these guys, Jeff.
That was like-
I know. I just didn't think anyone saw that in theaters. I thought it didn't do that well.
Did well with me.
Did it well? Did it well?
If your name's George, it did great.
yeah.
We speaking of wrestling, me and George looked a little bit further into wrestling school.
Yes.
Ooh, we
I actually have more leads now after this week too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a guy that'll. I got two different things that would be good. Like one guy was like, oh, "Dude, I'll hook you up for free. Like, come."
I
And then
like
now that I
free.
met wrestlers like that, like we could go to like a legit one.
Ooh.
Can we do it?
Yeah, it sounds fun.
I like
Because
it.
tell Jeff the plan for next wrestling cruise.
Oh yeah, I want George to open, and then when he's opening, a heel come out, interrupt him, and then you come out to save George, and you're like, I'm not gonna fight you, but I'll make my opener fight you.
Oh, I like that.
And then it's like the heckler gets wrestled.
Do you remember the wrestler Hornswoggle? Mm-hmm. He was a dwarf. He was in 6 WrestleManias. He's really a great guy named
He was a
Dylan.
leprechaun.
Yep, but his shtick was like he was like this leprechaun. He was just great.
Also,
Cool
Vince
guy.
McMahon's son.
No, it's not true.
No, that happened.
Oh yeah, that was in the gimmick.
Yeah,
In real life, yeah. Right, kayfabe.
yeah. Can't, I don't break.
So he had an ongoing feud the whole boat with Brad Williams. Back and forth, and Brad ran out in the ring. They had a whole spot, and then they chased each other out, and then that affected the outcome of the match. Then during the stand-up comedy, they were about to fight each other. Like they got like face to face. They did a whole thing, whole work, and the lawyer came out and said like, it's against the like legal insurance reasons. We can't have you two.
International waters, though.
Well, he was saying they made up something about it. Because it really is fine. 2 dwarfs can fight.
Realistic.
Yeah,
Actually,
and then the
check the
lawyers-
bylaws.
Yeah, the lawyer said something about like, also nobody wants to see 2 midgets fight each other. And then Brad and Hornswoggle looked at each other like,
Does this guy know what the internet is?
He just went.
I watch.
They both punched him in the dick at the same time for using the word midget, and then they teamed up, gave each other a hug, and it's a really great thing. But it went over so good. Like, I mean, people were going crazy. It's like Brad wasn't even doing stand up anymore at that point. He was just like a wrestler on the boat. Like,
That's sick.
It's insane. And then we got to come out and go, "Hey, isn't the gym crazy? Like, these are
Yeah.
you know what it's like. Poker's hard." We're doing jokes about nothing. What is all this stuff?
So, if we're going to start getting into football, it is time. I mean, if we're getting to football now or never. We got to get our winner his stuff. So, I think those 2 boxes of cards back there, and you got to give me his team.
Yeah.
And we'll get all the cards sent off. And I think he should be invited to hang out for an episode if he wants to.
Yeah. He has a lot of cool cards. He can bring them. And
It's easy for me to say, the winner gets to hang out with us. Once I know the winner's local, I don't have to fly him out here. It's not from Croatia or anything.
Oh.
It'd be an expensive flight. But in front of us, we got some prop bets. So these are 10 of the prop bets I wanted to put together to get some action on the game. See what you guys think.
All right. So the first one is National Anthem, 127 seconds.
Over under.
Well, who's singing it? Do we know?
Chris
So how
Stapleton.
long is 127 seconds?
It's 2 minutes, 7
2
seconds.
minutes.
Oh, that's long.
It's Chris Stapleton. I'm taking the under. I think he's a dude. I think he's not going to milk it. I think, yeah.
Do the guitar solos count?
There's no guitar solo. Maybe.
I'm going to hammer the under as well.
I'm going under.
I'll take the undie.
Who's going to win the coin toss? Or no, it's heads or tails. What's the coin toss going to be?
Tails, obviously.
I'm going heads. Fuck
I'll
you.
take heads also.
I'll even it out. I'll go tails with George.
You guys need a pen over there?
Yeah.
So stupid that a second ago I was going, the Super Bowl already happened.
Under.
No, but it's going to come out a
Tails.
day or two before, and you guys can fill out your picks too.
I'm actually going to take the over on the national anthem just because you guys both took the...
I took the over.
First touchdown of the game. They got some odds going with them. Travis Kelce is the favorite at plus 700. Then Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith.
I had a great year with Jalen Hurts on my fantasy team. My team didn't have a great year, but Jalen Hurts had a great year on my team. So I'll take Jalen Hurts.
I'm going to go Jalen Hurts as well.
What?
And it's gonna be a little run into the corner of the end zone, but one of those ones where he kind of like steps out of bounds, but then reaches the ball over and it's like
Oh, you're getting specific with
and then his celebration will be a
How do we factor
Kiss
that into
up.
the bet?
You even know his celebration will be a kiss up.
So I'm taking Miles Sanders. I think Jalen Hurts is going to want everyone to think he's going to do what George
it
thinks he's going to
could
do.
be a read option or he'd give the ball actually.
Yeah, and so he's going to give it to him, and Miles Sanders is going to take it to
I'm
the
saying
house.
he's not going to give it to him.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Bubba.
I'm feeling A.J. Brown. I don't know why. I'm picking him.
Deep touchdown. I like it. Which beer brand commercial air first, Budweiser or Heineken?
Budweiser.
I'm going Budweiser.
I think so too. Will it be Clydesdales?
Big
Yeah, Clydesdales. That's a horse.
Big money.
I miss frogs, man. There were so many different good ones.
Bring them back. Yeah, it's been long enough now where the nostalgia will hold.
Yeah.
Because we'll just go, that
Bud.
you know. Because
Bud.
I remember when they were doing them years after, going, God damn it, this is still a thing. But now it's been gone for so long that I take it.
So Scream is coming back for like Scream 6 or something, I think. Who did the commercials that was the was that Budweiser too? The Scream mask guys going on the phone was
I don't remember.
I think it was.
Was it that or was it like Sprite or something?
Speaking of Scream, though,
Probably beer.
in the first one,
What,
the bad guy or whatever, like the dude who's
Budweiser.
Also Scooby Doo, you gonna hit us
he's
with that?
Shaggy. He's Shaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy from Scream, yeah.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Good pull, dude. Yeah, I saw him in an airport once. I just stared at him for like an hour. Just observed him, you know. I'm like listening to a book or something. I just was watching him be with his family and the way he like conducted himself at like an airport terminal, being a famous guy.
Beautiful family.
Yeah, nothing special. Because people watch anyways, but I just watched him going, this is what he does.
Was he getting a lot of people coming up to him?
No one came up.
Which snack company commercial will air first, M&M's or Doritos?
Doritos. They make 7,000 commercials every Super Bowl.
I'm gonna say
Eminem
Doritos
has
as well.
that big push with that lady.
There's controversy in M&M world, so are they going to try and be first and get it out of the way? Or
What is the controversy?
Oh, fill
a
us in,
bunch of
please.
stupid
They
stuff
took
about
away
two
the
sexy
sexy
M&Ms.
M&Ms, and I'm pissed off. I'm not pissed
They took
off.
away the green M&M because she was
They
too...
took away, I think they took away all the M&Ms, right?
Really?
Like all the characters, and
Yeah.
now Maya Rudolph is the M&Ms.
Yeah, M&M's is the favorite. Not a lot, but M&M's is the favorite.
No, they're both a plus 150.
No, it's minus 150 and plus 150.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So at halftime with Rihanna, under or over 8.5 songs.
8.5 seems like a lot, eh?
I can't even name that many Rihanna songs.
Under my umbrella,
Ella, A.
diamonds are forever.
All right, so can you explain
That's
to
not-
me how many... So over and under is the same amount.
Yep.
There's gonna be some dance routine that's gonna take up a lot of time. I'm taking the under.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'd like to know what in the past, like how many songs did Adam Levine sing?
Well,
I couldn't tell you,
he
but
incited
Vegas
the
is
riot.
making these odds, so they're making these odds based on what they think the closest number to it even's gonna be. So I imagine from past data, it's pretty close to around
Okay.
8.5.
Then I'm gonna go under.
Didn't she just have a new album out?
You're asking the wrong.
Also, what if
crowd.
you also have to take into account medley? She just says like a medley of like.
Yeah, those would be all different songs. So
Does
she
it count
might
as
do
different
some
songs,
little.
different titles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over.
All right.
That's gonna switch.
And she might have some guest come out that was unexpected and do one of their songs. I'm going under though. I hope it'll be less.
Color of liquid poured on the winning coach.
I'm gonna go with orange.
Orange is the favorite,
favorite.
at plus 250.
I'm
Wait,
going.
what are the teams?
The Chiefs
Eagles and the Chiefs.
and the Eagles.
Shit.
I'm going no liquid poured.
Bullshit.
I don't think they're gonna.
Wait,
In
the
Arizona,
Chiefs?
oh yeah, they're pouring some liquids.
And the Eagles. I'm gonna go
Already
with
marked.
red actually. I'm switching it. Red.
Red/pink.
I'm going with the favorite orange too. I think it's mostly orange Gatorade on those sidelines.
Red is not only the color of the Chiefs, but it's also the color of Andy Reid's face.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Shots fired.
I'm gonna
By the
go.
book.
Buddy roasted him. Good roast.
I'm gonna go blue.
Good roast, buddy.
What do we say? You know what I'm saying? He got him.
Hey,
you know,
guys,
so
we like to
support
joke
him.
around
All right,
here.
let me see the pen.
Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, this not only goes.
I get red and pink, so that's pretty good.
So we have Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes coming in as the 1-2 slot favorite.
You're also picking your winner of the Super Bowl here,
basically
In
yeah.
a way, yeah.
for all intents and purposes.
Whatever that means.
I'm going Patty Mahomes.
I'm also going Patty Mahomes.
It's gonna be the quarterback who wins, and I saw a tweet of a guy who apparently predicted the next 10 Super Bowl winners from like 2018 to 2028, whatever, something like that. And apparently, according to him, the Eagles win. So if he's right, Jalen Hurts will be the MVP.
I've already circled Jalen Hurts because I don't think your little boy Patty is gonna win, and I don't think your little boy Kelsey Jabroni check your
They're not
ass
boys.
wanna be wrestler guy is gonna win the Super Bowl. So he won't even qualify.
So if he wanted to go and be in the WWE after football, you think he's got what it takes?
I think he's got the size for sure, and also there's a reputation of people doing bad impressions of wrestlers and becoming wrestlers. If you count the Miz.
yeah.
I think he's got a big personality and big brand and could lean
He's
into
big.
that as a crossover. Big guy.
He might be too
Yeah.
successful. The best people made terrible. They were so bad at football that like wrestling became their thing.
Yeah.
Look at Gronk.
Well,
He was in wrestling for like 2 weeks.
it would have to be like a Logan Paul type situation for him. And maybe Logan Paul's earning the shit out of it and going to go hard. I don't know. I don't want to cut those Paul brothers short because they do a lot of shit different than other people.
Logan might be the most famous person to ever become a legit wrestler.
Like a legit.
Dude,
He's so good.
But does he just get to do the big events and nothing else? Because if you were a guy that only gets to do that right off the bat and doesn't have to be one of those jobbers that does all the small towns, it's so much more appealing to be a crossover
too soon
guy.
to tell because in one of his biggest matches, he like tore both of his ACLs and had to.
but he's back now, right?
He's back and he's been great.
Yeah, he did smack the shit out of his head though.
He's like jumping across the ring.
He's insane.
And, like
Him and Ricky.
What is it, only at big
so
events, or
sick.
is he like a normal wrestler who's doing it
He's
all
at
the
the
time?
Raws and he's at the things, yeah.
Oh.
But he's
I don't
good.
think he wrestled it. Like he shows up for the face and fulfills those
But a lot of those guys don't.
obligations. Yeah.
Yeah.
he
but-
shouldn't have to do all the other stuff. He's
He
Logan.
shouldn't-
But that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
if Travis Kelce crosses over in 10 years, he doesn't have to do all that stuff. It was way more enticing than being like I got to go help build the stages and
Well, and
go
also
to
the
town to
lifestyle is
town.
not very fun of a wrestler. So like,
Oh, no.
like a guy like Gronkowski or a guy like these other people that are like, I want to be in pro wrestling. They quickly realize, I don't really want to be in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be in it. And like Ronda Rousey's never around. She's she's Vince.
Are the
Brought-
highest paid like pro wrestlers, is that anywhere close to like highest paid football
Not
player?
even close,
No.
It's terrible.
Brock Lesnar probably gets paid like $4 million a year for like a handful of matches,
And he's a freak.
and he's like the
Brock
top-
Lesnar is
upper
tier.
echelon.
All right, let's keep going.
So what will be mentioned first during the Super Bowl MVP speech? Teammates, fans, religion, family, coaches, or the team owner?
Which speech? Oh, the Super Bowl MVP.
I'm going God, religion with either Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes.
I
So,
also circled that.
I'm picking fans.
Well, I'm going with the favorite easy teammates. I think they're both going to be teammates, guys.
I think they're gonna.
Mahomes
address-
would want to thank his family,
he's
that
gonna
brother
say
and his
something.
wife. And,
Well, they're gonna use all these. Here's the thing.
Well, of course.
Whoever does the
but-
speech is gonna say all these.
Yeah.
But I think it starts with Philadelphia, we did it. Something like some sort of like
That's a
city.
good call.
Yeah, like some sort of thing. Then you get into the this team came together and blah blah. I want to thank my wife. Like,
But it's
it
Philadelphia.
starts with
Well,
the big-
think of what you just said. You said Philadelphia, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not thanking them. The first thing that came out of your mouth was, I want to thank my wife.
It says what will be mentioned first.
Not thanked. In my face. I thought it was a thanks.
So I just think that like
If
you
it's
address
mentioned,
that,
then,
you address
yeah.
that first, like Kansas City, I told you we could do this or whatever. Then you get into the things.
Yeah.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Yeah. Good argument.
So I think that's just the easiest to do. Is the
I'm
city, the
guessing
fans.
it's an emotional, and he just goes,
I quit.
I don't even
quit
like
football.
football.
I was teasing a bunch of people today. They were texting me about LeBron. They're like, so now what? I was like, he retires tomorrow.
I'm
Breaks
done.
the record.
He's
just
done
retires.
all there is.
Mid-season. All right.
Will a player propose after the game?
I will say no.
I also say no, but maybe.
Also, I hate it when they do that.
I think that's a played out thing. I think college guys do that because
Yeah.
for some of them, it's like their last big
I just-
moment ever between these people. It'll never do any of this shit again. But if you're winning the Super Bowl, it's like, hey, you're probably going to be back next year doing some other stuff. You're
Same.
fine. This isn't the moment to make your wife share.
When also it's like I don't, and this is me speaking for women, so public apology for doing this, but and maybe I'm wrong. I don't think any woman wants to be proposed to in that scenario. It's like, it's your big day, it's your big thing, your big Super Bowl win, and then now you're gonna just make it. Like I just think like it's not very thoughtful.
Yeah.
It's lazy. I just won the World Series, honey. Come here. Will you marry me? It's like, ugh. It's like just so dumb.
When you see it in college, you have seen usually, at least the ones I've seen on video, like the whole team knows about it and there's like a whole sneaky thing about it. And if you've got that many of your friends and everything to orchestrate it and be a part of it, then I think it's like a community thing. But it's not like all your teammates in the NFL after they just won the Super Bowl. It's like, hold on, let's all do a big thing for Larry and his wife over here while the thing. No, I
feel
gotta,
like we're kind of
gotta go get my trophy.
You're combining two things that should be separate.
Yeah.
And I feel like an honest woman would go, it'd be nice if maybe this was just kind of our thing.
Yeah.
Instead
the
of
dinner
like,
after.
oh, he had this big thing, and I was just kind of like this other part of this big, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should
And
be.
he drugged me out of the stands on his shoulder while I was crying. And
Because you guys could have your own moment there. Be
And
like,
he
oh.
smelled.
When he won the Super Bowl, the first thing he did is he came, found me, and picked me up and kissed me, and it was like this great moment. You guys already have that. Now wait a few months and make some special thing between you and your spouse. You don't have to like combine them. It's lazy.
I agree.
yeah, I sure know I'm never gonna ask a girl to marry me at the Super Bowl.
Smart. Don't do it.
You're gonna do it at the NASCAR race,
At the Indy 500.
at the Coliseum.
Yeah, you ever see that with like the other guys?
You know how small you have to be to fit in those cars?
At Yankee Stadium.
Are
he's, like,
NASCAR guys small?
proposes to the girl, and then she's like, "What are you doing this here?" Of course, yes, but like, why are we at Yankee Stadium?
You think they
We're on the
ever
big screen.
set those things up, like when it's like the fake, or
Yeah, all
when
the
it's
time.
like the or
I actually know
she
people have
talks to the
faked
guy
it, yeah.
next to him or something. Yeah,
It makes me think of the infamous fake Jerry Maguire fight.
One of my favorite mascot gags, though, is they fake a proposal, and the person says no, and everyone thinks it's real. But then the mascot comes out with this big, stupid, like, giant one, proposes to the same girl, and she goes yes, and he picks her up and takes her away.
it's funny.
That's a classic.
I wouldn't mind being a
gag.
mascot.
It seems like too much work.
It's the best job.
It
in the
seems
world.
like too much
Running
fun.
around, jumping
fun.
around.
It's season tickets.
There's
A.
no air conditioning in there.
B. You get to lose weight because you're doing
I already
cardio.
did that.
Huh?
I already did that.
You'll lose more weight.
Do the Lakers have
much more
Get
a?
in great shape.
do
You
like-
like working out, don't you?
I've been slacking recently.
Really?
Yeah, I've been
Why?
being lazy.
What's been going on?
I just been
Segment.
being lazy. I don't know. Like,
How can we hold you accountable?
I don't know. George, he talked to me yesterday, and I showed up to class today.
Nice.
He was just like,
What if the guys were done with this class stuff?
it's
it
a
never
lifestyle.
stops.
Oh, it never stops.
I mean, the fight.
Don't you have to
is
pay now or
done.
something?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
paying now.
Oh, that's how they get you.
Fight
Um,
life.
Fight life.
But just like no difference than paying for like a gym membership is what I do to work out. So
Get punched.
yeah. So we're still doing it. I mean, now since there's not like a fight at the end of it, at times you're a little looser. It's like, oh, if I'm gonna stay out a little later and do something, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna feel bad about like, or like I'm not gonna say no to doing something fun on like a weeknight or whatever. Not that I'm having many of those anyway, but it's just like, oh, I don't have to go to practice in the morning, whatever. You know what I mean, dude.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Can I get a Modelo and maybe a couple of them UFC hitters?
But you know,
I was
like-
just about to say something really, really
Profound?
important.
Where's that pen? I need to make sure that everyone knows this is mine. So we don't get these mixed
And I
up.
said Jerry Maguire, and I meant Jerry Springer, but I just didn't have the right time to correct myself.
When?
And I've been like 10 minutes ago in the podcast.
I know, but what were you talking about?
Infamous fight.
Infamous like fake proposals and stuff, and there was that infamous fight on Jerry Springer that was like a fake one between friends. They just all wanted to get on the show,
That's funny.
and so they had this fake cheating story, and
I would do that if I was.
it was like Trolls before Trolls were really popular.
Yeah, well,
It was
getting on Jerry
yeah.
Springer, like I could lie to some producers for a few days, get a free trip out somewhere, pretend I'm, like I would have definitely done that if I was.
it might even been more like
a
the
little
MTV
older.
Spring Break ones or something too. Like that's why it was such a big one.
Did you ever see this Jenny Jones thing? And the only reason I know about this is because there was a documentary about it. But it was a Secret Crush episode, like on a daytime talk show. And so, like, if I had a crush on a girl that worked in this building, I could call Jenny Jones and be like, I want to tell my secret crush I've got a crush on her. And they would go to great lengths to keep it a secret so that she would come on the show, they'd fly her out, and then they'd fly me out. And they would go, oh, Stephanie, there's a guy who has a secret crush on you and he wants to come out. And then I would come out and it'd be this big thing. She'd be like, what? Like, it always made everyone uncomfortable because you're putting them on the spot. But then they're almost never interested, because they're like, oh God, it's
The guy who
Jeff.
couldn't talk to me in the
Yes,
hallway for the
Jeff
past
from
2
the same
years.
building that I work at, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden now he's putting me on television. So anyways, they'd done these episodes before with like a 0% success rate. Even if the person on camera is like, oh, I'd love to go on a date with Jeff, it's like it doesn't They're just doing it because it's so embarrassing. It's so much pressure. So listen to this. A guy brings his secret crush on. It's a guy. But the show knows they're about to make this one dude pretty embarrassed because there's, it's like the late or the early 80s or mid 80s. I don't know what time it was. So they bring this guy, like, your secret crush is Jeff, and then he comes out and everyone's like, the crowd's going, oh, God. But the guy's a straight guy and his secret crush is a gay guy, and they put him on the spot on the show. So it's really uncomfortable for him. He plays it cool. He acts like it wasn't like a big deal. And he's like, oh, I'm really flattered, blah, blah, blah. Plays it super cool, especially for that time period, in my opinion. The next day, they both fly home. He's talking to his dad about it. His dad's like, what, they're going to put you on TV? When's this going to air? They're putting you on TV. This gay guy came out and said he likes you. He's like, yeah, I didn't know what to do, blah, blah. He starts overthinking it. He drives to the gay guy's trailer or whatever, knocks on the door and kills the guy. So there's a huge court case about, like, is Jenny Jones liable? Is her show liable for, like, putting him in this, like, traumatic situation? And he, like, because he started spiraling, going, this is going to be on TV any day. I'm going to look gay, that this guy's, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm humiliated. But isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's
Same
insane.
kind of scenario, different scenario, but ethics of, like, putting people on camera, ruining their lives. Some journalist did something where they got a Pfizer guy on, like, a fake date, and the person on the middle of the date starts asking him all these questions about like what he
Project
does at
Veritas,
Pfizer.
baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
And they start getting all this bullshit from this guy, and then they
I
come
saw
in,
that video.
and then they come in and say, "Hey, we're part of Project Veritas, blah 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 blah. You've been saying that Pfizer's doing all this," and the guy's like, "I didn't mean it. I was lying. I was just trying to get laid, guys." Like, and then he starts grabbing their computers and smashing them and locks people in. Like,
Who was grabbing the computers? The Pfizer guy?
the Pfizer guy.
Was it a black guy? Was it
Yeah.
a gay guy? Yeah, I saw that video. This guy sucks.
I've actually only this one I've only seen
Why
like
would
the
you be
headlines
lying?
of it. But they do that stuff all the time. And there's like hilarious stuff with like guys who work at CNN, and it's just like
You should be able to infiltrate that kind of stuff.
you get like a hot chick, and like anyone will say anything.
Stay away from me, George.
No, but that's my point. Is like, would you make up something that elaborate, like just on a date?
No, you're definitely like you're saying stuff that's true because you want to be like sound
You
cool.
want to be cool, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I've got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, you can't just say like, "Oh, I was all a lie."
Yeah, that's the only thing he can say after though.
Yeah, that's funny. But
No, and then
anyways,
YouTube takes that crap down, which is bullshit.
yeah, it is bullshit.
Yeah. But not if you go on the conspiracy subreddit, you can find everything on
Nice,
there.
dude. Yeah, and also like Pfizer, like why would they be corrupt? They're not big pharma.
Yeah.
You can trust big pharma, guys.
Yeah.
Did you
Trust
see
it.
at what was it? The Golden Globes that just happened?
Trust your government. They know what to put in your
Grammys,
body.
Golden Globes.
Grammys, and they had the satanic ritual dance performance, and then right after it was like sponsored by Pfizer.
You don't like Sam Smith?
This is an interesting
Wait,
card.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
True.
guys know? Do you guys,
Nice.
have you heard of the New England Patriot named Tyquan Thornton? We have a really unique rookie card
From our
Hello?
boy Taekwon.
of Tyquan Thornton. It's a rookie. It's like a green kind of
Ooh.
cool, but it's numbered to 25.
Nice.
Ooh.
Really cool cards, these classics.
I like it.
Got a nice Steve Largent in here. Seahawks. So the first number we ever retired is from the Seahawks. Also, Rod Woodson, silver. Love to see that. And then also earlier when I was talking about God knows what, I got a Reed Detmers Auto Donruss
Ooh.
88 Retro.
Reed Detmer.
You love to see it.
I got a Joe Namath right here.
Broadway Joe Namath.
Broadway Joe.
Wow.
Well, I got an Aiden Hutchinson rookie. It's nice to see
Nice.
him after Hard Knocks. But I like these mosaic packs, so if any of you guys are looking for some good budget cards to get into that have a lot of shine and shit to them, these mosaics are big fat packs and got a lot in them. Where are you on your beer? Is it time for your final segment, your new segment?
New segment, Rate That Shotgun, where I will be looking at videos of people shotgunning beers on the internet, and I'll rate them. So if you guys see any good ones out there, let me know, and DM them the 12 packs. This was one that Mike sent today. A lot going on here.
Okay.
I watched it. I think you watched it. I will show Jeff, so he's in on it.
Oh, new segment. That's right.
Be a better hunter than me. Having any luck today? Need a beer?
Oh my God.
Oh. Thanks, hon.
That is sick, bro.
You want the slaughters? Okay.
Here's the danger of this being a segment every week. How do you beat that?
Yeah, that's
Well, we'll call it the Wolfman Awards or something, and that's
I mean,
inspired
was
by that
fucking
guy.
Here's the
bro.
thing about that shotgun. Here's the thing.
Uh-oh. Our resident shotgun
That-
guy has some notes
The
about
setting and everything was second to none. That was pretty great. You got the snowfall. You're out in the woods by yourself. You got was that a wolf or a coyote?
I don't
Probably
know.
a coyote.
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 I'm gonna call him Coyote
it.
Ken.
Real wolfy looking coyote,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
but
exactly. A bigger one, probably the
Something-
pack
yeah,
leader.
probably a big guy.
He opens the beer shotgun, like cracks the first hole up to there, perfect, flawless. But then he doesn't crack the top on his. He's just drinking it straight from the hole. So that there's an airflow problem there. He's a little slow, and he doesn't look like he
Don't insult
finishes
him,
it.
man.
He doesn't finish it in one go. So I'm gonna ding him on those.
Here's my take. Although I hear all your notes, here's my take. As a big Bigfoot enthusiast, Sasquatch expert here, these good old boys that are in these tree stands or hunting or hanging out with coyotes or wolf dogs, and also out killing turkeys and shooting pheasant and elk, they suck with their cameras. This guy not only did that, but he was also doing it while he filmed.
That's a fair point.
Pretty good stuff. And switching it to face him when he does the thing. He was able to do all that one-handed. And in his culture, that's not like a thing. So I'm going to give him 10 out of 10. That's going to be tough to beat.
And I think he did crack that top. It wasn't quick.
I think he might have
instant,
did it with his
but
one
I think
hand.
he did one
No,
hand.
you can see at the end at the can. I looked through this very closely.
Viewers, you tell us in the tape.
Yeah, I thought that initially. I just took his word for
But
it.
also from this is the first segment, so I can't you can't just start out with a 10 out of 10. So I had to look for some
Yeah.
things to.
Well, I think in
like,
the future
the
we'll have
Russian
fans
judge.
who will send us shotguns, and we'll have all these other shotguns. Like I'll do one. We're gonna have these things where that I find it hard to believe that a wolf cracking.
No, it was.
That's gonna be.
I'm gonna
tough.
give him an 8.6.
Okay.
Ooh.
Where do you guys put this?
I gotta go at least a 9-1.
This is the measuring stick of shotguns.
And 8.6 is really good.
This guy.
I give it a 9 coyotes out of 10.
9 coyotes out of 10 coyotes.
All right.
I like his scale. I think it should be the coyote scale from now on too.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many coyotes are these
So
shotguns?
I say that's the 10 coyotes.
I'm giving 8.6 coyotes
I'm also
out
an
of
easy
10.
judge.
But it's also I'm not gonna there's a lot of shotguns that haven't been seen yet. So
Sure.
to give a 10 already, what if you
the
see?
curse of going first.
Yeah.
I know. I'm also one of those guys if they let me ever judge a slam dunk competition, you get 4s or you get 10s. I'm that guy. I'm like, that's the best.
Yeah,
and
that's
then I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, he blew out a cupcake, something like that. But if it's good, it's great. I don't
Poor
like to be the
JaVale.
guy that's the stickler.
All right. Calling it a day.
We love you guys. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. We love you. Be good. Send nudes. Send money. Send cards. Big thank you to Topps. Big thank you to Panini. We love you.
Break out of the matrix.